Hey guys, thanks for hanging around during those technical difficulties. I'm gonna be dropping Restream in the future. It's doing me no real benefit. I think I'm just gonna use Twitch for other content, but Restream it totally broke. It was giving me some issues last week, moderate, but when I fired it up today, I could see right away. It was dropping 50% of the frames, and so far we are clear sailing, no drop frames, 0%, everything's butter smooth, and just sound off. Let me know that everything's fantastic on your side. I had this weird feeling deep inside my soul that something was gonna break today. I had that feeling, I knew it, and there we go. So sorry about that, guys. I do appreciate you hanging around and not ditching. That really does help. It's a big bit of support there for dealing with the almost 10 minutes of technical nonsense that you guys just had to deal with. So the fact that you guys are here, thank you so much. I do super duper appreciate it. Yeah, man, that was no bueno, no bueno. Okay, yeah, it was all Restream, guys. I do checks and stuff like that, but I can't really check Restream. So it is what it is. Kurt, new stuff will go up on my OnlyFans site. My hair's a mess today. I have this curl that keeps doing this. New stuff will go up on the OnlyFans site the second you guys start subscribing. If people are hearing like, what the heck? Camera out of focus? It looks focused here. I mean, that's clear. That's pretty darn focused. I can adjust it if it's still out of focus, but it's in focus for me. But yeah, guys, OnlyFans has been a running joke, and you guys keep mentioning. So I opened up a site, and it's not me naked, thank God. It is me. It's me just, you know, chatting with you guys if you wanted to join. If that's how you guys wanted to support me and sign up to OnlyFans, so be it. I will be a little bit more personable there. Like, I'll share pictures from my personal life and talk to you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna totally have my pants on. All right, it's there. People kept asking, so it's there. All right, so we are up and running, guys. So we usually have a topics on that side, and the topic is, we're going to be talking about games again, but the topic never lasts. It goes 3 seconds, and then I just start answering your questions. If you guys have questions directly from me, because we're going to jump right into it. Oh, Jesus. All right, guys, there's someone in the chat. Normally, I have a lot of fellow YouTubers who pop up, hang out with me, and they're pretty awesome. Unfortunately, today, we have some jerk named Gamertag VR in the chat. I would recommend this content, but it's just like this crappy fake British accent and mediocre gaming skills, and it's a lot of, all right guys, let's do this, and yeah, so just skip his content and hang out here. In fact, if you do watch his content, spend all of those minutes you would have been watching right here. But what is BMF doing here? What's going on, guys? BMF is a channel that you guys definitely have to check out. He's awesome, big name. What's up, guys? So we had some technical difficulties to start the stream because I use Restream. I also stream the Twitch, and Restream died on me. So for the people who waited the 10 minutes while I dropped Restream and went straight to YouTube, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. That's probably like 20 people who left me in one shot, but it's cool. Yeah, no, guys, go follow BMF. He's awesome. I consider him a personal friend. Nice dude. Speaking of friends, I could not keep Steve in his chair today. I put Velcro on it and everything like I normally do, but he got out, and Steve's running wild, and he's probably not going to be joining us in a little while like he normally does. Right, Chad? It's a total fake accent. But no, me and GT were in a tournament for Grapple Tournament. It's so weird to say Grapple Tournament. That's the only time I wish the name was different. But Grapple Tournament is just like Unreal Tournament, but in VR, and you have this grappling hook. And it's absolutely phenomenal. It doesn't have the player base it deserves. And we were playing that this weekend. And GT was giving me a hard time about my accent, and he's apparently racist against Italians. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's what I take. All right? Exposed. Steve died. Thank you, Thomas. Elysia, man. Yeah. So we could get into discussing some games. We know this always devolves into you guys just randomly asking me questions. We put up a topic, I try to stay on top of it, but it always just goes into you guys asking me questions to the point where I usually get like 3-4 minutes behind on the chat trying to keep up with all your questions. So if you want to ask me questions, just at me in the chat so I know it's not cross chatter, so I catch it with my eyes a little bit better. I'm not using the same chat program I normally use. I'm not using Restream chat, but I'm lasered in. So shoot them there. Have you checked out AIM XR? No, I have not. Why don't you fill me in about AIM XR? Sounds cool. XR, though, makes me think it's not a VR game. BMF, you do need to try Grapple, for sure. Have you tried Flex Tape? Might hold him down better. Yeah, he's just, I don't know, man. It's like, he's like a greased up squirrel or something, Steve knows. Yeah, I can't keep, even when we're in the podcast, he's like that. I'm like, Steve, I can't keep you in frame. But, oh, so we knew Steve might not be here. So me and Steve actually pre-recorded some stuff. I'm not going to show it today, but it will pop up online. We did pre-record some podcast stuff. And it is the Pug, E1, or however I say your name. It is about Swarm. I don't know how much we're allowed to release right now, but me and Steve have been promoting this new upcoming VR game called Swarm. It's absolutely awesome. I can load up a trailer for you guys in a little bit, but it's absolutely awesome. We've been having a blast playing it, and yeah, we're going to be talking about it in the near future. And yes, we did do like 20 minutes. Honest thoughts on Swarm. For what I can say, it's a blast. It's an absolute blast. I don't know how much they want me to talk just yet. There's a new build coming out. There's a whole new group of playtesters coming in. There's an open beta. So, you know, I'll drop some links to that too. You guys can go to the Discord. If you're in the Discord, you'll get access to a demo at some point. There's the beta sign up there. And I know a bunch of my fellow YouTubers are checking it out too. Waiting to hear what they say. Okay, so Pavlov World War II or Medal of Honor. Hands down, without a doubt, we're going Pavlov World War II. I have a video coming out on Medal of Honor, which might seem a little weird because it's late, but it's not really late. It's this tinfoil hat theory that I'm sure will piss off people on the internet, but I'm going to be talking about Medal of Honor and why it was a huge success. Yes, that's what I said. You know my feelings on Medal of Honor. It really pissed me off. All right, so AIM XR is a side quest game. Reminds you a lot of Counter-Strike. Well, that's good. I mean, Pavlov really needs to get its butt onto the quest. I spoke to Dave Zills last week. That's not coming anytime soon. The World War II update's not coming anytime soon to Pavlov Shack. So it is what it is. All right. I need to put like nails all around, tacks all around Steve, around his chair and stuff, and like so he stays still. But he's Steve. I love him. Want me to promote the stream on Steve Knows Discord? Sure. I mean, if you want to, if Steve's okay with that, I appreciate it. I just spoke to Steve a minute ago. He thanked me. He said he's so busy with work. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't join. Let's see. You're feeling low-key scammed by Medal of Honor. I don't blame you on that one. I don't, like... God, I want to talk about this video I'm working on for Medal of Honor, but I want you guys to watch it. You know, I think you guys really enjoy it. Radu, I do remember you. I remember the name, but I know context is coming to me right now. So please feel free to enlighten me. And guys, if I forget you, it's nothing personal. There's, you know, plenty of people that come to the channel. I do my best to remember everybody. It's not like I can ever put a face to a name. I have your tiny little avatar icon, and that just doesn't stick with me. Yeah, please enlighten me. So let's see. I saw that the reviews were so bad, so I didn't pick it up. Yeah, a Wolfman. I don't blame you. Here we go, Kurt, calling me thick again. So the reviews were really bad, but I feel like there's more to that story, and I'm telling you, I have a tinfoil hat theory coming. Tinfoil hat theory coming. Let's see. How many C's in that thick? Yeah, Rob. So I dropped Twitch. I was streaming to both Twitch and YouTube with Restream, and Restream was the headache. So I dropped Restream, and now we're clear to go. It's not a technical issue on my side. Radu, I'm upset, though. Let me know the context. I mean, I feel bad that you're not immediately coming to me. So let's see. Elysia, I don't have any new information. I do talk to the developers all the time. Not all the time, but like, you know, at least once a month I chime in. I'm like, what's up, guys? Usually telling them something dopey. But flat screen game Rust. I had a friend who was a Rust addict. He loved Rust. Let's see. They added boats. Now they got helicopters. Yeah, that would be cool if they start dropping stuff like that in Pavlov. If you got, Pavlov, they started showing off helicopters and stuff. That'd be crazy. Pavlov's still very slapsticky and janky at times. Like even the new World War II update. I know there was another patch that just came out for it. But even the World War II update, like every once in a while, a player skin will revert back to modern skin, which is weird to see during World War II era. You know, it's a couple things, but they're working on it. I didn't spill any water. Thoughts on Hitman 3 VR being totally wasted opportunity not using motion controls? Actually, I do have something on that. Okay, hi there, nice channel. Is there any chance a second Moss game? Or is there a good alternative? So, I don't think there's a great alternative to Moss. I haven't tried Myst yet, which is another puzzle title. I thought Rinlo was going to be that game. But Rinlo is kind of cool, doesn't have the same Moss feel. You don't like fall in love with, I believe Moss, the character's name is Quill. Sounds right, let's go with it. You don't fall in love with the character the same way, so there's not that same connection. But I can't think of a great alternative. If you guys have one, drop it in the chat. Moss developers, last time I saw, they were working on, they raised like $10 million to work on an AR project. So I'm a little intrigued about that. I don't know if they're working on a Moss 2 or anything else right now. So back to Hitman 3. I do not believe it's a waste opportunity with the motion controllers. I think you need the default controller scheme for the game to work properly. And what they did do is a hybrid control scheme where it tracks your DualShock controller. So you'll see in some of the previews, it looks like, you know, motion control tracking. But if you do this with your controller, your player's hand will track that. So I think that's pretty interesting. I think that's a good compromise. But the only thing I heard, which is a huge oversight and potentially a huge issue, is if you're playing on PS5, you need a PS4 controller for it to work right. Don't quote me on that. That's what I've heard. Okay. Let's see. I don't think it's waste opportunity. I heard it's pretty good. Sebastian from MRTV was saying it's awesome. I was watching some footage, though. It didn't look that great, but it's always really hard to tell the VR experience from the flat screen viewpoint. Let's see. I just played Moss 2, yeah, for Book 2. Book 2 of Moss. Moss is one of those games I sat for so long, and I'm like, it's a kidsy puzzle game. I don't want to play that. And then I finally played it, and I immediately emailed the developers, and I was like, thank you for that opportunity. Your game was absolutely fantastic. And personally, I don't like I said, I don't like puzzle games. I'm not a huge platformer. Not that it's big on platforming, but it's stunning. You really make a connection with the main character, so it's pretty great. Darth, you've never played a shooter. Get out of town. Paper Beast is still one of my favorite story games. You know what? I haven't tried Paper Beast. Let's see. So, I just said hi to 4 videos in a row and watch a lot of lives and won a giveaway. There's plenty of people who won giveaways here. You know, we won keys come in, I just give them right back out. So, but glad you came back, man. That's awesome. Let's see. Hey, Matt. I was wondering if these mods such as GTA 5 help us view the world in actual 3D, or like 2.5 like GTA on a flat screen. If it is 3D, how do you think that is done? So I don't know if I 100% fully understand this, but I'm gonna try and answer it. So the mods that turn a flat screen game into 3D, how that's actually done, and the whole 2.5-ish might be when, you know, like certain aspects aren't officially rendered correctly. Well, you have to understand everything in the game world has its geometry already. So that's why programs like Vortex can actually do this. If that information is readily available, this object is here, this object is here. They just need to know how to do the rendering offset. Left eye, right eye. Two different screens rendered offset against each other, meaning they're slightly, you know, slightly different viewpoint. Just like when you go camera 1, camera 2, the world kind of shifts a tiny bit. That's the exact same thing that happens in VR. So it has to use, you know, understand the geometry in the game to be able to create that offset, and then you get a 3D world. I mean, it's way more complicated than that, but that's how we're living. Let's see. Did you try the new Boneworks hovercraft? No. It looks pretty cool. Some people I know have played through it and solved it. I just haven't had time to get to it. I feel like Moss is what Last Guardian on PS4 was supposed to be. You definitely do fall in love with the character. Steve, what's up, my man? Steve, we had to drop Twitch today because Restream wasn't working. So life wins today. So yeah, Steve's given a pass today. One time only. Let's see. Steve, I did tell them that we did record some stuff offline for the podcast because I assumed you weren't going to be here. So we have that swarm stuff. I don't think I can release the swarm stuff just yet, though. Release the swarm! Steve's always chin swagging. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. You've only played Onward. Would you recommend Pavlov? Okay, it's an excellent question. So, Onward and Pavlov are actually pretty different. Onward is as unforgiving as it gets. It's a straight military sim. It aims and strives for realism. You really need your team tactics. Where Pavlov becomes more Counter-Strike, you can be a lone gunman. You can totally be like crazy and run around and get all the kills for your team. Not to say you can't do that as much in Onward, but I think it's a little bit harder. Onward, strives a little bit more towards realism. Personally, I like Pavlov better. It's got a much bigger community. It's got a bajillion mods. So if you liked any of the original Counter-Strike mods like TTT or anything else, there's one that I used to jump in all the time, which was hand grenade. It's like hand grenade. What is that? What is that dopey game where you throw balls at each other and try and knock people out that you play in school? The fact that I can't remember is just terrible. You guys know what I'm talking about. But it's just a whole stream of hand grenades, and you rush up and grab a hand grenade. No, it's not handball. It's what is wrong with you, brain? Go. Hold on. Activate brain. All right. Dodgeball. Worked. It worked. Thank you. Yeah. So anyway. Okay, let's see. Parents are against shooters, which is understandable. They don't make you more violent, though. All that science has been done for years. Okay, thoughts on Boneworks. I really hate it. It's just a boring game, but they added physics. It's cool. It's lacking. See, the storyline of Boneworks, the campaign, I found was a little meh, annoyed me here and there. The fact there was no saves when it launched. It's a little frustrating, but I think there's aspects of that game that you can't get anywhere else. Like there's mechanics and just overall, it's phenomenal. I still jump into that all the time to check out the sandbox, and there's nothing like just grabbing one of those head crabs and just like smacking it against the wall, or like grabbing a spear and waiting for when he jumps and just boop right out of the air. Nothing quite like it. I love it. When is the top pick coming up? Top pick for what? Jacob, top pick for what? My favorite game, whatever. I'm curious to see what games in 2021 are coming. Hinge episode 2, Lo-Fi. So Hinge, I saw they eventually patched it out, but when I played it, the performance was horrendous. But it was very intriguing, and I thought it was quite cool. I streamed that for you guys. Okay. Let's see. Are you hyped for Sniper Elite in VR? I played Sniper Elite almost a year ago. I played it at PAX East, which I'm really hoping PAX East comes back this year. They've pushed it to June. Might still happen. I will be there with a mask on. I'm going to get one of those Razer N95 respirators. I'm not joking. I will be there because I had so much fun last year. And hopefully I'll be vaccinated by then. But I'm intrigued for Sniper Elite. What I played didn't blow me away. I also played it on the Ps Vr, so graphically it didn't look great. Controls were meh. They told me all the lighting at PAX East was throwing off the controllers, which I would kind of think is possible because at home my PlayStation VR tracked better. But I'm excited for it. You thought it was lit when you tried it at CES? I wasn't blown away. I thought it was cool, but I wasn't there yet. Everybody loves hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. And yes, Onikaze, I was talking about dodgeball. It took my brain. All I had to do was punch myself, and my brain got there. Have you tried War Dust? No, I did not. So I have a video coming out where I'm ranking 100 games. I did this last year. It was a very successful video. And I'm going to be doing it this year. It's 5 years of VR games ranked. So I'm going through my Steam library, my Oculus library, and my Oculus Quest and Oculus Rift library, and I'm going to be ranking all those games. So you can see what I played in the near future. That video takes me a while to go through, though. Let's see. See, I wasn't a huge Battlefield person. I always felt like other shooters were more refined than Battlefield. I felt like the netcode never felt right. That's just me, though. Let's get some Christmas music up in here. Not happening. Alex VR, what's going on, guys? Go check out my buddy Alex. He does the Between Realities podcast. Speaking of Between Realities, I always now want to say Between Technical Difficulties. Skiva made me laugh with that. And speaking of technical difficulties, I had to drop Restream at the beginning of this stream because Restream was garbage and was just killing the stream. So we're on YouTube only today. But guys, go follow Alex and go check out Between Realities. Let's see. Mateo311, the top pick of the stream. Top pick of the stream. Oh, for like this one, like one of my pickings, my favorite game overall, or my most anticipated for 2021, is gonna be After the Fall. I'm waiting for After the Fall. I'm at the VR chat load screen on G2. The app knows exactly where my controller is and is pointing at, even if it's behind. Why do all other apps just go blank when the camera can't see them? I don't know, and I find that really crazy. Like, how is that specific to VR chat? I don't know. That's a good one. Maybe they do have something specifically set up. So I get my assumption is because VR chat, you're in a avatar, and they just don't want your hand to fly off type deal. So it's just kind of tracking its last known position and staying relatively there. Shot in the dark. Pew! See, it's dark over there, and I took a shot. Let's see. You got promoted at work today. Woo woo! But tell them you have obligations to the MattKnows live stream. Tell them. A Mech Warrior game would be fantastic. There's Vox Machina, which is another game that didn't get the credit it deserves. They were playing that a lot at PAX East, and it's solid. It's totally solid. It doesn't get the credit it deserves. The VR player base is rough out there. Steve messaged me on the side. Okay. wanted to see what he said. He just sent me nudes. It's all good. I'm going to put him up on my OnlyFans. All right. But congrats, Steve. Very proud of you. You deserve it. I know you're a smart dude. Except for that programming code merge mistake you did yesterday. All right. Steel Battalion, not something I ever really got into, but it seems... See, the approach for VR video games is off, okay? A lot of people go, that's a cool video game. That would be awesome in VR. That's not how you should do it. That's actually one of the reasons why, like, me and Steve are promoting this game Swarm that's coming out. It's the opposite approach. You say, what would be good in VR? What makes a VR game good? And let's go with those mechanics and build something around that. That's the approach. You don't go, let's take Medal of Honor and pull it into VR. That you really need to know the mechanics, what is really fun to do in VR, and then build a game around that. That's the approach. Still waiting to find Steve Knows in Population 1. It's been a long time since I played with Steve a while ago. Then his mic cut out. So the whole map was me yelling Steve, and he wasn't answering. Let's see. Have I heard... I know this is unrelated to VR, but I heard of the Hamhood Hobby... No, I haven't heard of the meme. And I was afraid that I was going to keep reading that, and it was going to make me say something stupid out loud. Like, whatever. I'm not going to say an example. Steve merged some code he wasn't supposed to yesterday. I don't know. I just saw him yammering in chat and crying. Let's see. Thanks for answering. What are basically tech questions on a completely different topic live stream? Didn't read it. Okay. VR needs to be built from the ground up for VR. Yes, exactly. An RV game would be good too. I mean, an RV game, there's some potential there. Are you going to interview the devs of Swarm? There's a possibility. Yeah, there's a possibility we'll do that. It might happen. Is there a racing game or car game in general where you use your controllers to grab the steering wheel and shift? So I haven't played many VR racing games, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Like, I don't know, Forza or which one of the games have VR support. I was never a big racing guy, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I have played a decent amount of Blade and Sorcery. Blade and Sorcery is sweet, and even before you start putting mods into it, Blade and Sorcery is cool. I like to put my full body trackers on and kick enemies. I just walk around kicking them, and they just go like, you suddenly have the world's strongest legs, and like you'll kick someone, like stepping side kick, and it's like movie style. You'll send them flying. Or I will kick them in the chin, and they will lift off the ground. It's fantastic. I did not see that they added hand physics to Skyrim and Gravity Gloves from HLA. That sounds pretty awesome. Hello from the Czech Republic. I actually used to date a chick from Prague, and I don't remember any Czech. I knew like a few words, and then that's it. Yeah, think I used to call her Kuchko. Translates roughly into "you can tell me." All right, Vital VR has virtual. Yes, so Vital VR definitely has that. There's no HOTAS support. It's all motion controller support, and Vital is awesome. Vital is freaking awesome. Just flicking all those switches. I tried to do the exact Mateo style method, which was don't do the tutorials. Get in the cockpit and say, I'm going to launch this jet. And after about like 40 minutes of like just hitting this roof and stuff like that, I said, all right, let me try the tutorial. And I didn't realize how to adjust the vertical takeoff, how to adjust the engines. So I was like firing off the engines full blast and just going straight up instead of taxiing down the runway. That was fun. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the Hitman 3 Ps Vr Exclusivity? I'm okay with it. Personally, I'm not a stealth fan. So, I mean, this is a selfish viewpoint. In general, the only thing PlayStation VR really has going for it is their library. So, let them keep their exclusivity. It's kind of what PSVR needs, you know, to justify the purchase of a PSVR. So I've never been a stealth person, so I want to try the game, but I don't really have the time, and I don't know. So moving on from that. See, Czech Republic equals Beat Saber. So the whole country has just been turned into like everyone plays Beat Saber. Is that how it rolls? Let's see. Parking Simulator has wait. There's a parking simulator game? No. All right. Midas Pistol Whip. Actually, that's a good one to talk about because I wasn't blown away at launch. Like I was like, okay, this game's cool. My legs are burning. I'm not getting into the groove as much as I do with Beat Saber. I actually get into the groove more with Space Pirate Trainer. Like, I liked those beats, those songs a little bit better. I like the dodging of lasers. I kind of like that mechanically better. That being said, Pistol Whip has come a long way. I haven't played the new campaign style, the future campaign style game, but it's pretty freaking awesome. I mean, if you like a rhythm game and, you know, you don't want to be using lightsabers, you want to be using a gun, you want to feel like John Wick, solid. I have not been to Prague, my friend. I have not been. The one thing I know about Prague is don't buy absinthe from that country. You get the good absinthe in France. Random nonsense. Oh, dude. All right. Super random, but I love your game room space. Man, that's awesome. Dude, thank you. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm looking at your name. You got those extra dots over your vowels. Like, the only people I know who use that are Swedes. Thank you so much, man. That's freaking awesome. It's you want a little tour of the room? I can do a little tour if you're interested. But one, thank you. I always get tongue-tied whenever anyone donates. I always feel like, why? Why are you guys donating to me? Why do you just send money to a random person on the internet? But it helps so much. I do want to do this full-time one day, guys. So your support is super appreciated. And yeah, thanks for just doing that. That's crazy. Thank you very much. So let's see. Every time you, yes. So, I mean, they really loved that angle, Pistol Whip. Really, that's Cloudhead Games. Cloudhead Games. They did. They originally did the Gallery episodes 1 and 2, which were phenomenal, by the way. But they really pushed that angle. Like their trailer, he even looks like John Wick. He's in a suit. He's bloody, and you know he's aiming like a madman. So they really pushed that angle, and that's fine. I think that's a great comparison. Let's see. Get yourself a Big Mac. No, Steve. I got like my quarantine 15 up in here. I'm already getting cold thick. But let's see. The John Wick is awesome. If you want to, Keanu Reeves, John Wick, you want to compare yourself to someone, that's who you do. Oh my God. You need to stop what you're doing right now and watch John Wick. I give you permission, the Hawk, to shut the stream. Only the Hawk. I give you permission to stop this stream and go watch John Wick. Because it's one of those movies where, like, I think everyone is going to enjoy it. It's mindless action, but you don't feel like, it doesn't feel like, you know, like entertainment snacking. Like, you do feel satisfied. You don't feel like that was all empty calories. If you follow what I'm saying here, John Wick is just top notch. It's just great. Okay, let's see. You just bought Battle Sister on Quest 2. I can't stomach the graphics. So, this is... Oh, if you do want to drop in chat how to pronounce your name, I feel bad because I'm going to butcher it if I attempt. But I played through all of Battle Sister. And the game, I feel, was completely and utterly held back by the Oculus Quest 2. And if you don't believe me on that statement, you can take it right from the mouth of the developers. They were interviewed on VR Scout, and they're like, one of the questions asked was, well, what was the hardest part of development? And they were like, the frame rate. And you see them quickly retract, because you're not allowed to say bad stuff about, you know, who's helping pay your bills, Facebook. So they quickly retract and be like, no, the hardware in the Quest 1 is great and much better in the Quest 2. But there were some difficulties getting a nice, smooth frame rate for players. So yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't really immerse you in that amazing world of Warhammer. I was a Warhammer player. I played the board game for quite a few years. I had so many stupid figures around my house. I used to paint and all that. And I played Necrons. And spoiler, you see a tiny bit of Necrons in the game. And it wasn't like, when you're in VR, it's always like, oh, you want to, like, the thing you know and love. You want to be next to it and see it. And the characters were barely imposing. And, like, you would see, like, texture pop in and out. When you're standing 2 feet away from a Space Marine, like, his shoulder pad, the texture would be popping in and out. His knee pads and stuff. And it's like, you're breaking the illusion, man. Thoughts on Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk is funny. I didn't have many issues. I know a lot of people are ripping on it. I think it shouldn't have been released for Xbox One or PlayStation 4. It wasn't close to ready. I had very few issues running it on my PC, but again, my PC is overkill. It looks pretty good. Frame rate should be higher for the overkill PC I have, but it looks really good. Like all those ray tracing and stuff. The world is up there with like a GTA style world, but for some reason, I just suddenly lost interest after like 16 hours and haven't gone back to it, which is weird for me. Let's see. I'd rather be Neo. That would be freaking awesome. You've never seen John Wick. Another person who has to watch it. Maybe one day I will host John Wick in big screen. How's that sound? That's something you guys want to do. My time is so limited. I would love to do more with you guys, game more with you guys, watch some movies with you guys. So like, it's sad to say I'm always doing this like cost versus, cost versus time analysis, or time versus benefit analysis, I should say. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I would really love to game a few hours today. Yes, but if you do, you don't have time to produce your next video, or you don't get to spend time with your family, or whatever it is. So I'm always anxious and always in this crazy state. And honestly, the podcast, as crazy as it sounds, kills 2 hours of my day, but kind of helps because I just get things out, get to hang out with you guys. Any news on Deca Gear? Hopefully it's not a scam. They stopped returning my emails. They said, you go back a few months. They said, oh, we should probably have a prototype for you in January, beginning of January. It's like, hi, me again, Mateo301. And they didn't answer, and I sent them 2 more emails since then, and they haven't answered. So, personally, I don't think it's a scam, but I think they'll eventually release something that'll be not close to what they promised. I think they overpromised and will underdeliver. And it probably no way may, but we'll see. So, what are the VR games of 2021? Kind of forgetting the stream's purpose here. Wolfman, the purpose of the stream usually is just there for show. It's like, whose line is it anyway? The points are made up and the rules don't matter. So, I mean, one of the games I'm really looking forward to is After the Fall. The Climb 2, I'm actually intrigued about. Let's see. It would be cool if they did some new add-on for The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, but no information on that. But After the Fall is top on my list, to be honest with you. I would love to see this year. There's a Quest release of Swords of Gura and Grapple Tournament, because I think those games will do great there. But it is what it is. Okay, so Michael, okay. Or Michael, okay. I'm trying my best. Witcher 3 was indeed a masterpiece. I feel like with Cyberpunk, they pushed too far. Like, they did a little bit more than they can really handle. And then investors, were just down their neck. Like, you have to release now. And it wasn't ready, so. Darth, thank you for lurking. I do appreciate it. Yeah, so I can answer about Eric for president for sure. I talk to him like almost every day. Eric is working on some like completely different videos right now. So he's going to be doing the climb with professional climbers. He's going to be doing, what's the graffiti game? The graffiti tagging game. I can't remember the name. Could be like Tag for all I know. But the graffiti game, he's going to be doing that with a professional, artist. And he's doing them on location, filming with a film crew. So he has some completely new, unique stuff coming out. But then again, he's also a new father. Levi's about 2 months old now. So yeah, that's a busy time period. You're not getting sleep. It's, power to him that he's doing these crazy things. He might just want to get out of the house. Okay. Let's see. Catching up on the chat. So Onikaze, he actually hasn't been streaming on. He was streaming on Twitch more, but he actually hasn't streamed on Twitch in almost 3 weeks now. So I know he does want to make a bigger push for Twitch in general, though. Any news on when After the Fall is coming out? So I am in touch with Vertigo Games. They're not giving me any information yet. I'm your guy. Remember that video we did where I covered myself in fake blood and we talked about your new release for Arizona Sunshine? I'm your guy. All right, me, Steve knows. You want us to cover the room in fake snow and fake blood and stuff and do After the Fall? I'm here, but I got nothing yet. Let's see. I have played Monster Hunter World. There is something to be said about making King Spray. Thank you, Oni. There is something to be said about making that type of world in VR. Again, I hate the let's take a game and throw it into that world, but those worlds are pretty wild. You swing from tree to tree. You're hunting these giant creatures. Those all are excellent, or would be excellent in VR. Scale works phenomenal. Immersion, environmental immersion is huge. Different types of traversing. Those are all big. Is it feasible is the question. Water time. So you're a fencer, the Hawk, and you got into Swords of Gura. I am friends with the developer. He's an awesome dude. And I know he works really hard to make it a solid title. But I could see how Blade and Sorcery would be better. Because there's not a lot of weapons in Swords of Gura that lend themselves to fencing. DA Studio, let's see what you got. You don't know if I already talked about it because you just joined. But if you played Cyberpunk, what age would you recommend as the minimum age to play? So, you're probably going to be around the 16 plus age. It's going to be how it's labeled. I know based on where you are in the world, they have the PEGI rating system. They have a different, rating system here in the US. But it's mature themes from drug use to graphic violence to, sexual encounters. So it's up there with R-rated content. Now, I'm not going to tell someone how to raise their kid. Personally, I was watching horrendous content that I shouldn't have been at a young age of like 13, and I'm kind of normal at this point. Again, you don't know what's going to mess up a kid. Some kids are more sensitive, and some kids just will share that information, inappropriate information, when they shouldn't be. So that's my warning for you, but it's up there on the maturity level. Take Until You Full mechanics and put it in Monster Hunter. So I actually have a better game that I think would would do really well with Until You Fall mechanics. Batman. Hear me out on this. You take Until You Fall. You reskin it for Batman. So we're talking about street thugs. Instead of that wild forest environment, we're talking about alleyways, rooftops. Then stream it along rather than being a roguelite. Stream it along with a storyline and set levels. But you go into battle as Batman. And you're sitting there and you're just like, block, counter, hook, whatever. You beat them up like that. And then you have some, utility items you can use. And I think that would be freaking solid. String it along, give it some other progression type aspects. And I'm sold. And then ninja smoke when you got to back away from bad guys. Something like Blade and Sorcery combined with Witcher 3. Yes, that would be unbelievable. Feasible, I don't know. Swords of Gur would do well on Quest for sure. Yes, you do get to pick your genital size in Cyberpunk. So, yeah, it might have some kids giggling. What do you do for a living? Or this full time? So, Amazing Tech, I would absolutely love to be here full time. It's one of my goals. It's actually a 2021 goal. I don't know if we'll get there. That's why, guys, when you donate, I say, listen, thank you so much. It means so much to me. I've been trying to push people more towards my Patreon these days. Only because it's like a set income. And I know you guys can drop off any month you want. But it kind of lets me know what my income will be. YouTube ad revenue is all over the place. My views for this month of January are up 50%. My revenue is down 1%. How does that math work? Well, obviously ad revenue changes. So I never know what YouTube's going to give me. My views drop. Everything goes all over the place. Again, I never know when donations are coming in. So I do appreciate them. But I've been trying to push people more towards my Patreon because I can say, okay, this month I know I'm getting $500. And it kind of lets me budget and know how close I am to actually doing this full time. And I actually just opened up a new tier. I'll tell you what I do for a living in a second, but I actually just opened up a new tier in my Patreon. If you sign up to the $20 tier, you can get yourself the VR, it's over there, VR YouTuber poster or a Mateo 311 shirt. So, yeah, you guys can nab that and support me at the same time. So it's really like, it almost like just pays for the whole Patreon style thing. I don't know, but I'm trying, guys. I'm trying, and I appreciate your support. I'm not here to sell myself. I don't need the money right now, but I would love to be able to transition to full time. So what do I do for a living? My previous title was a Windows system administrator, and then I was an SRE manager. I do computers. Windows stuff and things. Yeah, detective mode, Silent Night. Absolutely. You can add some detective mode features into the game, and you have a solid full game there. Warner Brother, listen to me. Make this game happen. Okay, make it happen. Okay, so I chose a decently paid job just before I was about to start a YouTube channel. You made the right choice. I've never, like, I've been at this YouTube channel for a while now, and of course I'm not putting in full-time hours, but I've been working at it pretty hard, and it doesn't make a salary yet. So, but if we could do that in 2021, it would be amazing. Have you played asymmetrical games? Yes, of course I have. I have a video on asymmetrical games. One of my favorite ones is Takelings, a house party. Absolutely love it. People can jump in either on their mobile phone, or if you have a bunch of old Xbox controllers laying around like I do, it's up to one person in VR, and I think up to 8 Takelings, people playing on a phone or from controllers. And it's crazy. Like you'll be trying to kill these little characters. One of them, you're in a kitchen and you can grab them and like throw them down the garbage disposal or fry them in a frying pan. So you're trying to kill all these little creatures and they're trying to fight back. You could stuff them in the toaster. Fantastic game. Love it. There's Panoptic, which is another one. You're a little creature hiding amongst AIs, and the VR player is looking for you to try and see where you are and capture you. Then there's the other one. I don't remember the name. I want to say Goliath, which is you play as a big giant and you're fighting against someone at the keyboard and mouse who plays the little person, and you're trying to fight them and you can smash them and stuff. Playing with scale is fantastic in VR. All right. Anything heavily gadget focused works well in VR. Absolutely. Full-time VR is extremely difficult. 100%. PewDiePie says January is bad for ad revenue. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. January is the worst for ad revenue. Absolute horrendous. My views in December were crap. That's cyclical. That happens. And my views were really bad, but my money was up. See? It is what it is. Okay. I don't know. Someone else has asked me how views work with premium members. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I was watching a live stream of Cyberpunk, but I got bored because the streamer spent about an hour on just the hair. Yeah, let's move on. Do you think HTC will make another headset? Okay. Yes. And after I sip this water, I'll tell you more. Talking at this pace for an hour, my throat gets dry. So the president, unless it was someone else, but I'm pretty sure it was the president, was in an interview not too long ago, and he spoke to this, and I have a video about this. They said in 2021 they are releasing new headsets, and they said these will be game-changer, next-level headsets. Now, I think HTC is falling into the trap of over-promising and under-delivering because, let's face it, their VR hasn't been great for a while now. But they said they're next level. They're bringing VR to the next level. You should be as pumped about their new headsets as people were in 2016 about the original Vive. That's their goal. Now, what does that mean? Nothing else. We have no other information. Are they getting back into consumer headsets? I really hope. What would they do at the enterprise level that's going to, knock your socks off? So I think they might do a standalone this year. If they get standalone bundle with Viveport and get standalone versions on Viveport, then you got something to talk about. All right, let's catch back up here. So you're a software guy. I'm not a software guy. Well, so there's straight software like development. There's straight hardware like I'm going to rip open the server and, change the hardware and the RAM and all that. And then there's the people in between. When you work in a small company, you're all of those people. When you work in a tremendously large company like I do, it's like, hey, you push this button right here and push it good. And that's your job. Usually things get like, I don't want to say streamlined because it doesn't feel that way, or pigeonholed because that's not right either. But I do a little bit more managerial stuff these days than I used to. Because I'm old. It's gray up in here. Akron, Attack of the Squirrels is another good asymmetrical one. Correct. My job. Mateo, what's your job? Computers. It's like you ask my kids. What's mommy and daddy do? Daddy does computers. Nailed it. Okay. Online play would be pretty cool for take links. I agree with that. I would love to join online and be able to kill all you guys. That'd be great. Yeah, because you guys don't even need VR to get into it. Wamby, what's going on, man? Welcome. Second line IT support here. Okay. Fell into the medical industry. Okay, my friend does that. There is... That's actually a big employer. The medical industry, a big employer of, tech people, support people. Especially where I live right now. Oh, so Quest 3. So I'm going to be doing like 3 videos that'll probably piss some internet people off. Because 2 of them are going to be pure speculation. Almost entirely pure speculation. I will make speculative guesses based on statements that some people have made, like John Carmack. But I'm going to do a video on a new Quest. I'm going to do a video on a new Index. And I'm going to do a tinfoil hat video on Medal of Honor. And I'm really pumped about these videos, but I think I'm going to get some hate. So but I think, you know, there'll be some cool stuff to be said. So I think we'll see something from Oculus by the end of this year, but not a Quest 3. Let's see. Which do I prefer? You said you love Moss, and which do I prefer? Moss is fantastic. Game-changing like the Cosmos was. I know the Cosmos was sad. If only someone had... Let's see. Right, Chad? If only someone was here to share the speaking load, you know? If only someone was on the other side of the screen over there to share the speaking load right now. Normally this is where I get parched and I just let Steve take it for a little while. But no, someone's not here to share the load. Steve is overwhelmed with work at the moment. Steve popping in. Share some love, guys. Thanks, Steve. I love you. I think someone needs to release... so no one's going to release cheaper... Okay, something for cheaper than the Valve Index that's comparable. That can happen, okay? Because mind you, the Valve Index is almost 2 years old. In May, it'll be 2 years old. Now, so it's 20 months old right now. I have so much to say on those topics, but I'm going to save it for videos. Because you're right, and I think someone can and will, and I think these will be awesome videos. BMac, can I tell you guys anything about Swarm? I don't think I'm allowed to officially say anything yet. Me and Steve, I knew Steve wasn't going to be here today, so we pre-recorded some stuff. But we don't have the A-OK to just, you know, drop anything just yet. But Swarm is this upcoming VR game. It's not too far out. And me and Steve actually love it. It's a single-player game. It's got these crazy mechanics where you're using grappling hooks and flying around and shooting. Zero motion sickness. When you see it, you look at it and be like, that's going to be Puke City. Nope, there's no motion sickness. It's pretty fantastic. But we'll have some content of that up soon. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I should say I'm an accountant when people ask, because no one asks what you do when you say you're an accountant. I'm up on my TikTok memes. Let's see. Viveport is actually pretty good. It actually is. Viveport is absolutely fantastic and worth the money. So, let's see. I also doubt there'll be a Quest 3 this year. Hey, Mr. Steve Knows. Good to have you here, Home Slice. So, Index 2 needs to come out. And again, that's going to be one of my videos. I'm going to be talking on that exact topic, the Index 2. And people are going to get pissed off because I'm going to call it like Index 2 my concept. And people are going to join in and be like, this is clickbait. I'm going to say in the first 10 seconds, hey guys, I have a very tiny bit, little to no actual information directly from Valve. But we're going to be talking about some concepts for the Index 2, what my expectations are, what I'd love to see, price range, all that. And this is going to be based on information that's out there, but there's really very little to go on. And I will make that clear in the first 30 seconds, and people will still destroy me in the comments. Okay, BMac, I can update you on the stock in just a second. Let's see. Yeah, Jolty, it's crazy how 20 months went by so fast. And 2 years, it's still full price. That's because of demand. Okay. So just bought a Quest 2 with 256 gigabytes of storage as my first VR. Should I return it and pick up 64 gigabytes? Eric, are you enjoying your Quest 2? Do you like it a lot? If you like it a lot, stay with it. It's worth the $100 because Quest games are going to bloat in size. Saints and Sinners is around 10 gigs, so just think about that. If you had 6 games the size of Saints and Sinners, boom. Now also, you might play a game and then instantly delete it. If you're, you know, pros and cons. I have 20-something games installed on my Quest, and I'm using 70 gigs right now. But games are going to bloat in the future, so I don't think you'll be able to do 20 games. I mean, there'll always be the smaller games, but some other games are going to bloat. All right. What did I want to answer? 3000 series card. BMac, this is what I recommend, okay? There's 2 things. I didn't use any bots or anything like that, but go to EVGA, make an account. When you have your account set up, go in and say which, like there's an area where you can check off which video card you're interested in. You check them off and they will email you and say, hey, we have a card ready. And you have 8 hours to respond. It's held for you for 8 hours. And I got 3 RTX 3090s that way. And what I did with those RTX 3090s, actually I got 4. What I did with those is, I didn't give them, but I gave them at cost to people who were asking me. So 2 of my friends, Skiva is one, Bullseye Berry's another, and then one I made a post on Twitter and said, hey guys, if you're looking for a 3090, I got one. 3060s, 3090s, and some other model in there, but not 3080s, are all coming in stock right now. 3080s are still a little hard to get. And TIs were delayed, so I don't know what to say about that. So, Valve likes to be on the cutting edge, we'll say, or the higher end. So, I don't think they would do an Index 2 cheaper. I think they would do an Index 2 probably at the same price range with more. That's what I think they would move to. And what that more is, oh, it's coming in a video. It's coming. So, Quest 1 was testing the waters. They used they used older hardware. I mean, oh yeah, we mentioned the price. People are going to have a lot of trouble competing with Facebook price-wise, though, because they make their profit on you're collecting your data. And, you know, it subsidizes the price of the headset, basically. So they're going to be hard to compete. No one else can really do that, because everyone else is producing hardware to make a profit on hardware, especially HTC. That's why their headsets are so freaking expensive. Let's see. I am getting a B-Haptic suit in the near future. If Alex is still here, where's my B-Haptic suit, my man? But I'm pumped to show you guys that. Pumped. It's the one accessory that I think I'm going to be using all the time. All VR players love Valve since Half-Life, Alex, and Index. I don't blame them. I've owned 9 different VR headsets at this point, and hands down, my favorite is the Index. In every category. In every single category. The Index is my favorite. Unless you say, you know, wireless or not, which honestly doesn't drive me nuts depending on the game I'm playing. Doesn't bother me in most games. Some games can be annoying. But yes, I would prefer wireless, of course. But yeah, the Index is my favorite, and Half-Life Alyx is hands down the best VR game. Nothing else is up to that quality in so many levels. Okay. 3080 Ti coming soon. So it's supposed to come pretty soon, but it looks like it got delayed. EVGA does have a queue system, yes. Another 13 years till next Half-Life. Well, I hope not. So you want the EVGA Kingpin 3090. Bit overkill there. That's a bit overkill. Let's see. Are you getting the X40? Yes, I'm getting the X40. Yep, X40, not the X16. I am also curious about that other haptic Kickstarter suit. I did cover that in a video. Shockwave or something it was called. $400, full body tracking, and full body haptic. Well, not full body, but you know, it did almost full body tracking and upper body haptics. It looked pretty solid. And at $400, that's pretty impressive. But who knows? Always skeptical. Do you think the Index 2 would be wired and have a wireless option? Yes, I do. And I can't say what impact it'll have on graphics. There's always some compression when you go wireless. I mean, if you're doing extreme overclocking and you're doing, you know, LN2 and stuff like that, yeah, for sure. Kingpin, sure. Oh, my goodness, guys. I need Steve's backup. I'm getting too old for this. So what else are you guys interested in the whole VR world that you need answered? Let me get some stretches going on here. Oh, man. I changed my lighting a bit. I wonder if you guys noticed. I actually have a blue and red light up now. Just to give a little bit more ambiance up in here. Cloud gaming is a good topic. So. And Tundra trackers. Okay, I can talk about those. Cloud gaming. I know Nolo is going to be doing this. It's going to probably be more prominent in areas like China. So Nolo is releasing a new headset, which basically has Quest 1 hardware in it. But they're most likely going to bundle it with like phone subscriptions. Words are hard sometimes. Hold on, guys. Matt, think. Phone subscriptions. There we go. Welcome back. So they're going to bundle it. So you go buy a new phone and they'll be like, hey, you get a free Nolo VR kit. And then the Nolo VR kit doesn't really run anything local. It connects to the cloud and games are streamed to it from the cloud. I'm skeptical about that because of latency. You're going to have to be really close to those servers that you're streaming from to have a nice experience. Also, you know, your home Wi-Fi can't be crap. But it might work out great for them there. I know people who use Shadow here. I don't even want to try it. I feel the latency in virtual desktop, which people love. I feel it. I can totally play. It doesn't bother me, but I notice it. If I play for a little while, I don't feel it as much anymore. Early iterations of virtual desktop used to bother me, but now it's solid if you have good Wi-Fi. So game streaming, I don't know though. I'm still skeptical. And then Tundra trackers, I have no additional information. Their website says coming soon. 6 months or less. You'd love to see some headsets with big FOV and no distortion. That'd be cool. I mean, the index I think is good enough. If you could give me a little bit more than the index, I'm sold. But I think that's about it. Looking for some really good co-op games in VR. Yeah. That's why I'm really looking for after the fall. 4-player co-op that kind of runs like Left 4 Dead with, you know, customized options and replayability, and you can, you know, scrap for parts and build new weapons. Put it top of the list. This is the list, guys, and I put it on the top. There's not many I can think of right now, you know, co-op games for VR. Carnage Chronicles is a lot of fun. That's 3-person or 4-person. Might only be 3. 3-person or 4-person co-op. And that's an RPG, and it's pretty cool, but it's RPG light. So you're a blonde male and can fake an English accent. Mic me up. You got my back? All right, let's do this. Path of the Warrior. Arizona Sunshine for sure, yeah. Good naming one. Onward, yes, does have some co-op missions. Do you have any tips for aiming? You got a Quest 2. When I aim, the tracking isn't always good. I can see one controller sometimes. I mean, the Quest tracking is fairly good. I don't play a lot of shooters on my Quest, but the tracking is good enough. You know, obviously make sure there's no, make sure the lighting in your room's correct. You don't want pure sunlight beaming in, because that'll throw off the RRS signals and then your tracking might go wonky. So you don't want direct sunlight coming in, but you do want your room illuminated. If you tried to play in this room right now, tracking would be shot. That's just general tracking suggestions. Obviously, if you had like wall-to-wall mirrors, there's a potential for things going a little crazy. So there's that too. But overall then, if your aim really, if you can't steady your hand, you can get a gun stock. I've shown them off. It's all the way over there. Let me go get it. Here, it's a reason to switch cameras. Whee! So this is a gun stock. This one's from Mammoth. ProTube makes one. I have one coming from 3D Gear. So your controllers clip in. It goes against your shoulder. It's adjustable, and it'll help with your aim. You don't need it in a game like Population 1, because Population 1 is so slapsticky, cartoony that you could just hold your arm and just fight the recoil. But it's good for sniping and stuff. Oh, best VR accessory in your opinion. So we covered this not too long ago. I mean, my Yoa VR, my motion simulation chair, is probably the most immersive experience I've had, but not overly used because it's only good for certain games, you know, seated simulation style games. Cyber shoes were cool, not for me. I can see how a lot of people would like them, and there is a definite use case. Gun stocks, I'm in the same boat right now. Gun stocks, you know, if I'm playing one game a lot, then sure enough, I'll use my gun stock, but it doesn't get a ton of attention because sometimes they make things a little bit less convenient. So there's not like a ton of accessories I use. My Index, I have absolutely no adjustments on it, and my Quest 2, I don't have any. My original Quest, I had a million adapters on it for audio quality and comfort and whatnot, but nothing for the Index, nothing for the Quest 2. That's why I'm thinking Bhaptic is going to be like the go-to accessory that I use all the time. Let's see. Have you heard anything about release date for After the Fall? We spoke about it already. I'm in touch with Vertigo Games, but I have no information yet. They're not giving me any info. I'm hoping to be like, you know, release coverage face of that game, straight up. But we worked with them for, and when I say we, that's me and Steve. We worked with them for their other game, Arizona Sunshine. Let me get a video of that. Let me get some stuff up. A little more entertaining than just my face. But yeah, we worked with them for Arizona Sunshine, and we're hoping to work with them again. Arizona Sunshine was so much fun. You guys haven't seen that nonsense. Oh, let's see if I have it. But what else were you guys asking? Let's see. Echo VR is so Echo VR, I mean, I wouldn't consider that a co-op game. I mean, it's a team-based game. Swords of Gargantua I have played the co-op. It just felt like there's no progression. There was no real progression. I don't know how much it's changed since I've played. A lot of games I play at like launch for the first few months, and then it kind of goes nowhere. But let's see. Let's see what I got up in here. I don't want to blow out the... This is this the whole thing? Nah, so me and Steve were fooling around for Arizona Sunshine. We did some nonsense. I can only call it nonsense. We did some videos for them promoting their new trailer park horde map. See, there's me being a dope right there. There's no volume, so which is good. So this is my best Trevor impression from Grand Theft. I'm not doing sound because it's embarrassing. Look at that guy. That's my best Grand Theft Auto impression. I harnessed my inner Trevor for that clip. Yeah, but no, it was fun. So we worked with them, and I'm hoping since we worked with them previously, they'll want to work with us again for After the Fall. So I can't recommend the X16 or X40 just yet. I don't know enough. So the Bhaptic suit just got there's Population 1. There's a mod for Pop 1, so you can play Population 1 with it. I know Pavlov now has native Bhaptic support. The company Swarm, or the game Swarm that I'm working for right now, they're considering putting Bhaptic support in, so that'd be pretty awesome. So, super dated. Are you talking about Arizona? Arizona's old at this point, yeah. Gorn is releasing right around the corner. Gorn is a bloody fun time. Yeah, no, Bhaptics definitely does have a lot of support. It does. It absolutely has a lot of support. Because it's good. At least I think it is. I haven't tried it yet. Soon. My friend Alex works for Bhaptics. Told me a suit's coming my way. Obviously, the backers, they want to get their suits out to them first. And absolutely. They deserve it way before me. All right, guys. I'm winding down. I'm getting kind of slow here. Okay? Will the Forest 2 support VR? Who knows? But I'm winding down here, guys. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about me, about my channel. If you have any final questions, I'll definitely answer them. But I am hitting a wall here, guys. So, if you're just joining this channel for one of the first times, you're not very familiar with my content, hi. I'm Mateo311. I do the VR news every Monday. So I keep you guys up to date on what games are releasing, what new hardware is coming out, any story about VR that I think is cool. I hope you guys join for those. I enjoy making those videos. They're fun. They're a reason for me to stay informed. Wednesdays, that's today, we do this. Usually Steve Knows joins me, and we turn it into the MattKnows podcast. So generally Steve Knows is over there, but Steve, unfortunately, I couldn't glue him in his chair today. He just wouldn't stay. Whoop. So, we have a topic for these videos, which you can see on screen. I never follow it. I just answer your questions. You guys are absolutely amazing because you've been supporting me for this long, which I do really appreciate it. And then Fridays, I release another video, which tends to be something like an opinion piece. Just something I really want to talk about. I have some cool ones coming up. I'm going to be talking about the Index 2. I'm going to be talking about a Quest Pro. And if you want more information, you're going to have to hang around. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the damn channel right now. And I'm going to be talking about a tinfoil hat theory on Medal of Honor, on why Medal of Honor Above and Beyond was a huge success. Yeah, I said it. It's definitely a crazy one like that. So I see, oh, dude, donations. I will get to you in your fantastic donation in a second. I see some of my links are being dropped. I do appreciate that, Kurt. Thank you very much for dropping those links. You're the man. Yeah, guys, if you want to support me, all my links are down there. I've been pushing people more towards my Patreon these days, only because it's a set income and I can see, because I do eventually want to do this channel full time. So if you guys want to check that out, that's cool. I added a new tier to the Patreon. So damn, that loud. Gots to lower that. Thank you, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. So that reminds me too, I want to start doing some giveaways on these streams again, which we were doing in the past. I'll iron that out. But so yeah, like I was saying, I'm pushing people towards my Patreon. I added a new tier, which is the swag tier. If you sign up to that, I'll send you either one of the YouTuber VR posters that I have right there. The poster is fantastic. I know some of you guys have seen it. Someone recently bought one. I can't see who purchased it. It's made up. It's a mosaic made up of tiny pictures of other VR YouTubers. So you could see a million of them. And that's great. So I think I personally love it. I do, and that's why I put it on my wall. If you're into VR YouTubers, I think you'd enjoy it. Or you could get a Mateo swag shirt. It's got a little Mateo like on the chest. He's cool. He's like this. Yeah. And guys, so hang around. Thanks for being here. It's Decimate. I know. Quest Pro? Quest Pro? Question mark? So it's not a real thing. It's some speculation stuff I'm going to be talking about in the near future. But guys, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. Thank you for all your support, all the donations, just hanging out and chilling with me. If you know anyone who's curious about VR, send them here to the MattKnows podcast. And usually my buddy Steve will be here on screen with us. Usually. So send them here to the MattKnows podcast. Hang out with us. Ask any of your questions. Anyone. If say you have a friend who's on the fence about VR and has a million questions, send them here. I sit here and answer questions for 1 to 2 hours nonstop until my throat hurts and I have to quit. Not gonna joke. Also, join the Discord, guys. I do monthly giveaways on the Discord just for being there and hanging out. A lot of amazing people there. But if you're there, you're entered to win a game every single month. And we've given out big games. You know, we've given out multiple copies of Onward, Saints and Sinners, No Man's Sky, a bunch of those. So not just like, you know, minor $5 VR games. We've given out the goods. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's been a lot of fun. And I will see you guys on Friday, where I'm going to be talking about my concept for an Index 2. Thanks, everybody. This is where I click goodbye. I got something that says end screen, and I click it.